So when we're talking about the true price, we have true cost and true price, right? So you understand what your true cost is, meaning all the elements that goes into making this garment, add it all up, and that's your true cost. And your true price would be to keystone it once and maybe even keystone it twice, meaning double it and double it again to get to a retail price. That would be what's considered a true price. Now, because a lot of brands these days are not going the old traditional retail route, there is not a sales rep in the middle selling products to department stores. You're going straight to consumer through e-commerce. You don't have to keystone and keystone again. What you can do is go times 3. Take your cost and multiply it times 3 to get to a retail price point. That would be what I would consider a true price of a modern day kind of mentality, going straight to consumer. Try to get to 3 times your cost would be ideal. Now, that's the true price. Now, the reason I mentioned true price, because there are other pricing methodologies, other different pricing strategies. There's perceived value pricing, meaning if you have an in-demand product, an in-demand brand, that you've built enough equity into your brand that you can justify going even higher to the consumer. For example, I went into a Nordstrom's one day and I saw a Hugo Boss t-shirt, that was $88 retail price. And I looked at this shirt and it said made in China. And I did my own calculations in my head to determine what is the true cost and the true price of this shirt. And when I calculated right there on the spot, the fabric, the thread, the cut and sew, the label, the shipping, the tariffs and taxes, customs, the logistics from the port to the warehouse, the whole thing did not cost $12. Okay, so when you take the cost and you can double it, let's say in this case a $12 shirt, you double it to 24. That is what would be considered a base cost for something. But now Hugo Boss has a lot of brand equity built into their products. You know, Hugo Boss is a very popular brand. They feel that they can take that $12 and mark it up to $88, and there's a customer base that will pay for it. And they're correct, because those shirts, you know, are in short supply. I only found like a couple that were sitting on the rack. Point is, there is perceived value pricing above and beyond your true price, and that is dependent on your competitive strategy. If your competitive strategy is to be a luxury product and you're competing in a luxury space, then you don't want to sell at a true price, but you have to do a lot of work to justify that price increase. Again, going back to the beginning of this video about your values and your vision and your mission, your objectives, and who you are as a brand and who you are as an organization. These are the things that people will and potentially pay a premium for if you stay true to your vision and you're true to yourselves as an organization. To build brand equity takes a tremendous amount of time and money to become a Louis Vuitton, a Hugo Boss, a luxury brand, to justify those premium price points because they are aspirational products. So if you're going to take your true price and build in some perceived value pricing because you have a brand that justifies a higher price, then you've pretty much done your job as a fashion brand, but that takes a lot of work. As a startup, you want to take your cost and multiply it times 3 if you're going e-commerce. Now, if you're going to go to the retail store route, and if you're going to go through the department stores or any kind of mom and pop or regional chain, you know, if you're going to go through like the online stores like Zulily or Jane.com or any of these other brands, then you do want to go times 4. Take your cost, keystone it, and keystone it again. Again, the terminology of keystone meaning to double. So that's what a cost is and your pricing. When you look at how retail prices end, a lot of times you see it's a 99 or a 98, and back in the day, I remember 97. So something might be 59.99 or 59.98. And as I said, even 59.97. That's 99, 98, and 97 were old retail pricing strategies to alert the department stores as to whether or not these particular items were going to be carried over again. For example, if something was on sale for $19.99, the 99 would tell the retail department store managers and the employees that this is a product that they're going to carry over to the next season. If it ended at 98, $19.98, $59.98. It meant, for the most part, again, every retail store was a little bit different, that this was something that was going to be canceled. So once it's sold, it's not coming back. So when they saw the price point of, $59.98, they knew that that particular product was a canceled product. The 97, I don't exactly remember what it was. I think it had something to do with it being on clearance. Same thing as 98. But again, to me, those are older retail pricing strategies. What I would prefer, and in my advice to my clients, is when you arrive at a retail true price, round it up to the next nearest even number. So if your true price of something is, you've paid, let's say, the 13.21 that we were talking about earlier, and you've keystoned it again. It was, I believe the number was it 59? Let's do the math together real quick. So $13.21 was the price. No, was the cost. And you're going to go times 4. $52.84 would be the retail price. Round it up to the next nearest even number, $54 even. That should be your online retail price. So I believe that even numbers are a little bit friendlier to look at, and especially if they end in zeros. I don't believe in that psychology of, it's never really worked for me, if something is $60, make it $59.99 because that 5 makes it feel like it's cheaper. Consumers are smart. We've evolved as consumers. I mean, that's 1950s, 1960s style pricing strategy that I don't believe really works today. But if you just arrive at a reasonable number, at the next highest even number, and use that as your target retail price, you'll be in great shape, and I believe that's the way to go.